Work to haul trash from Eagle Point Energy Center in Orrington to Juniper Ridge landfill in Old Town enters a third week today. Throughout the first 2 weeks of the effort, crews have hauled more than 4,900 tons of waterlogged waste away from EPEC. As you can see by this drone footage TV5 chief photographer Mark Redeker captured today, there's still quite a bit of work to do. Town officials estimate it will take about another week to complete this phase of the restoration effort. In the coming days, demolition is expected to begin on parts of the building damaged by the massive fire that broke out at the facility earlier this month.